Welcome back. Welcome home. You have some news. I want to hear it.
Yeah.
Just drop it on me. I don't care. We don't need an introduction.
Here it is, man. Just a disclaimer. Sorry for the nasalness this episode. I'm sick. Mikey, thanks for having me still. Your boy's going to Arkansas, Wayward Kin screening. Next week.
Huh?
Yeah, dude. June 2nd.
Arkansas?
We're going to be in Arkansas.
We just dropping Arkansas?
Yeah. That's some
dude,
news.
who are you?
That's some news. And then there's another screening I wanted to tell you guys about now, too. New Jersey screening July 23rd. Wayward Kin at the Williams Center in Rutherford, New Jersey. Guys, get your tickets. We have a link. It'll be in the description. This is where I'm from, man.
Yeah.
This is a big one for me.
Dude, New Jersey.
We
got to pack out the theater, dude. We got to pack out the theater. How many seats we got? 200, 250?
I mean, we got up to 500.
Up to 500 seats. Guys, we're going to fill this thing up. You got to come support Wayward Kin. Amazing movie. This guy right here with his whole crew out in Texas made this thing happen. You got to get out there. We're going to be pushing it till July what?
July 23rd.
July 23rd. I have a good feeling, man. I feel like people will show up. New Jersey comes out.
Yeah.
New York comes out.
Yeah, they rock.
East Coast. We're going to bring it together, man.
Yeah, man.
We're going to bring it together.
We're all going to be there. I can't wait to see you guys there. It's going to be an important screening for me, man. For me and the team.
Dude.
This is like dream come true stuff, bro. And the Rivoli Theater, it's 103-year-old theater.
Yep.
It is
history.
Just there's so much history there. I read about it today. It goes back to like the silent film era.
Really?
Yeah, dude. It's legit. So it's gonna be cool to be in that theater, man, and having Wayward Kin there and having friends and family. This is a special screening. This isn't a world premiere. This is a special screening for family and friends. But if you're watching the podcast, you're a family, you're a friend.
Of course.
We know that. So tickets are available now. They're live. Go grab them and bring everyone. Bring anyone.
Tell your friends.
Yes, dude.
Tell your family.
Yes, share.
Tell people you know.
Share.
Walking on the street. Go see someone.
Bang.
Say hi. How's it going? Meet a friend.
You like
Invite
movies?
them.
Yep.
First date. Go watch the movie.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Dude, congrats.
Thanks, bro.
That's crazy.
You'll be there?
I'm 100% there, and I'm bringing people.
Free hugs?
I'm bringing the 3 friends I have. Actually, 2 because we were one of them. No, I'll find people. I'll find people for sure.
HagenCareerCoaching.com. Guys, you are coming into the job marketplace. You're leaving college and you're like, what do? I don't know how to do anything. I'm nervous about everything. I don't know who I am yet. We got the guy for you. His name is Coach Jim O'Hagan at O'Hagan Career Coaching. Check him out at HagenCareerCoaching.com. He's going to get you ready. He's going to give you the tools you need to book your job, possibly your career for the rest of your life. Who knows? Or just the one that's going to lead you to the next one, which leads you to the next one. He's got a networking plan. It's available online right now. You're going to be exposed to his whole network of people because it's not only what you know, it's who you know. Check him out, HagenCareerCoaching.com.
Yes. Shout out Any10ActorsLab.com. Guys, you got to go learn from the greatest. Adam Louder in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area. He's got free stuff online right now. TikTok, In the Moment podcast. He's one of the realists. He's doing filmmaking, acting for real. They just did a feature film. They're in the field. They're doing stuff. You know what I mean? And you got to sharpen your tool belt. That's what it's all about. If you think you can just show up there, got nothing, prepared, and you don't know what's going on, well, you're going to lose. So we're going to send you to Adam Louder at Any10ActorsLab.com so you can start learning and sharpening that knife so that you can get those auditions, that you could separate yourself from the crowd. Boom. Any10ActorsLab.com. And shout out to the patrons. Give me your money. Give me your money. Beep, beep, beep. Give me your money. Give me your money. Beep, beep, beep. That's us getting the money from you. So thank you so much. But we really appreciate it. It's the best way to support us. If you want to throw us a bone, buy us a coffee. It's so cheap and it's such a deal and it's such a steal. And man, you're going to love it.
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 You're going to love giving us money. Patreon.com/YourHeardPod.
Oh, good save. That's the big news, bro.
Dude. Whoa.
Yeah.
Arkansas.
Yeah.
What's going on in Arkansas?
We're having a screening. We're doing a screening.
That's so random.
Well, that's where Katie's from.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's another special screening, hometown screening. Yeah, dude. So we're going to, she's from Gurdon originally, but now we're moving into Little Rock, a little bit bigger of a city because we got a nice theater there. And we're doing a screening down there, bro.
Wow.
I'm flying out.
Wow.
Yeah, that's June 2nd.
How far is Arkansas from here? from Jersey?
15, 16 hours, I want to say. Drive?
Yeah. 15, 16. Can't be that expensive to fly.
No, not bad at all.
Yeah. Damn.
And your boy got the points on points on points.
Points on points on points. Because you're a U.S. traveler.
Yeah. Your boy
I was gonna say world traveler, but
I've been a couple places.
You've been a couple places.
Yeah, dude.
You're right. I want to ask you, dude, because I know this about you. You love history.
I do, dude.
You know?
Yeah.
And I want you to like explain maybe like one of the coolest things in history that you know. Or a thing that you really like enjoy. I know you have like, you know, the Kennedys.
Yeah.
The war stuff. Because I was like interested in, I don't know why, like going back. You know, it's from, we're planning a little trip right now, going to Princeton.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, with when my girl comes and, you know, with my cousins
Princeton's
and stuff.
beautiful, dude.
And I heard, I've never been.
It's gorgeous.
And I want to go. But I was looking at the map and I'm like, oh, like battlegrounds. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, that was a big place. I remember like learning kind of about it in school and I obviously forgot.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just want to get into history for some reason.
It's
you know,
big for me, bro. But yeah, Princeton. Lena used to go to school around there.
Oh yeah.
So I used to drive every weekend to Princeton and like see her and stuff when we started dating.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful now. You guys are gonna love it. Awesome restaurants, like historic places.
I heard.
And you guys should check out the campus too. Like you just walk on the campus. Yeah. It's beautiful. History, dude. Like what's like one thing? Like first thing that came to mind. I don't know why. Billy the Kid.
Yeah.
He was this like orphan kid that like hunkered down with like Mexicans in the area and then got tight with like one rancher who was kind of an outlaw. Like this kind of life stuff I've learned a lot about like random people. I don't know why I get obsessed with this stuff, but he ended up like being homies with this guy named Pat Garrett, who turned out to be the sheriff at one point of this town that he was in. And Billy was getting in a bunch of trouble. He got locked up. He broke out of prison, like this cell he was kept in. Mm-hmm. He broke out like 2 times or something like that. Really famous, like for breaking out of jail or like a cell. But he ended up getting gunned down by his homie, like Pat Garrett, who had to do it because he was the sheriff and he was like out to, you know, he had to capture him or kill him. So I don't know why that came to mind, but I've been kind of on like the Western history right now. Yeah. We've been doing a little bit of research, you know, since we've been writing something based in like Arizona area and like the Earps, like Wyatt Earp and his brothers and stuff and how they like ran a town. And that movie Tombstone, I don't know if you've heard of it. No. So Wyatt Earp was like this sheriff, like he was an outlaw that turned sheriff, like turned good guy. And the OK Corral, the Battle of the OK Corral is like the most famous gunfight in history, like period, in the West. Yeah. Like Western gunfight. Like bam, wham, wham, like that kind.
Little Buster Scruggs.
Yeah, dude. So there was like in one contained area, like there was so many famous outlaws. There was like Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, who was his homie, and was like dying of tuberculosis and was like right by his side. And they were on one side, and Earp's brothers. And then on the other side, there was like what are their names? I can't think of their names, but there's like 2 other like super famous outlaws. But it was just funny how they all came to like Tombstone at one time. I don't know. It was really interesting to me. And then I've also been super hyped on history, on boxing history right now. Ooh. So Jack Dempsey, the Manasseh Mauler, he was like one of the most famous heavyweight champions of all time. Yeah. And he had this fight with this dude named Jess Willard at the time. So Dempsey was like 5'9", 5'8". It's like 165, 170 tops. Damn. And Jess Willard was like this 6 foot something, like
what?
Like cornbread, like
do they do that anymore?
Farm. What, like those just kind of fights? No, not like that. You can't do that. That's why there's weight classes. But back then it was like heavyweight.
They don't care.
In heavyweight fights now, you can fight, I think it's anything over 205. But if you're over 205, you can fight at 215. Yeah. And you could fight someone who's 275. Like there's no limit in the heavyweight division.
That's scary because that's us.
I know.
That's us, man.
Yeah, bro. You can fight anyone. But so he fought back then. He was fighting this dude named Jess Willard, who was like the heavyweight champ, and everyone had their money on him. And it was pretty secure. Like this dude Jess was gonna like rock Dempsey, but Dempsey was like a buzzsaw. He was like little, but he was like mighty, dude. Yeah. So I just love like learning about his life and where he learned to box, and like he was like from a mining town, and he was like would ride like the rails of the train, like hop trains and like to get around and shit. He slowly came to like this major fight, would have made or break his career. And he ends up knocking like Willard's teeth out of his mouth in the first round. He dropped him like 7-8 times.
Oh my god!
Back then you could drop him as many times as you wanted, like until the fight was like over.
There's a limit now?
Yeah. So most of the time there's like a three knockdown rule. Or there's like refs will jump in and stop the fight before it gets ugly.
Damn.
But back then you could knock someone out, like you could knock someone down and literally hang over the top of them until they stood up. So right now they'll push you to the far corner. They go to your neutral corner. So you get some time and like you get a few seconds to collect yourself before they rush you.
Yeah.
Back then you could watch the footage. Back then you could hang over the guy's back.
Oh.
And he's like 3, 4, and he's like getting up. So like 5.
Goodness.
He stands up and you're just like, whap, not even turned around. Like you could put him down quick. So Dempsey buzzsawed him, like broke this dude down in front of like so many people, bro. It was an insane fight and became a heavyweight champ of the world. And I've been listening to a book on him recently.
Cool.
Yeah, man. It's a crazy fight. I always find it crazy that like that, and I was thinking about it would be cool to go to the place where the fight happened. It was outdoors. It was like very unique. They built like sap, like benches with new wood. They weren't thinking clearly.
Oh yeah.
And it was so hot that the sap was dripping out of the wood, so people had to bring cushions and stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was like 114 degrees. Like just a bad place for a fight. But anyway, I love history because there's everyone's story, it gets fleshed out.
Yeah.
And it's so like. I don't know. It makes you think. It like inspires you in different ways in like different walks of life, and it's interesting. People's lives are interesting if you stop and you think about them for a time, and how different you are to them, how similar. Like the places they walked, you can go visit. You know, the places they accomplished incredible things. You can go see the losses that were had. You can breathe that in. Like it's weird, man. Like life it's deep, dude.
Yeah.
But that's why I love history, man.
Do you think so I hear a lot of people talk about like especially fighters, they talk about like, you know, a smaller guy that's super skilled can take down like a bigger guy.
Yeah.
You think that's true?
Yes. Yes.
So is that what you're afraid of? Because
what do you mean?
I don't know, like
what do you mean
if that happened, you know? Did you see Poirier's cousin? Did you see Poirier's cousin knock some dude out?
No, but you can't just say is that what I'm afraid of, and then you just move on.
Well, you're afraid of that.
What am I afraid of? Since you know so well what I'm afraid of.
Well, you just you're afraid of
you putting me down. A more skilled fighter?
Well, you always talk about, I'm so tall and I can beat you up, you know? And
it would suck to be put down by someone small.
like, that's got to kill you. Oh, we got to turn this off.
Don't play that.
Yeah, that's fine. Now,
I
was thinking we need to... And I put it on silent.
For the first time, ladies and gentlemen.
Is Do Not Disturb not on?
It is on.
So what? What's that mean, huh?
Maybe it's
What's that mean, Apple?
Maybe it's an emergency.
Hey, Apple, what's that mean?
Dad? Dad?
I was thinking if we need to get a soundboard. Because we definitely need Hummus Cannon on a soundboard. Where like something comes up and I just press Hummus Cannon.
Or Piss Slit was Eric's favorite from last episode. I saw that. Shout out, Eric.
It was a video of like his cousin or maybe like brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Was that like a pizza restaurant he worked at?
Uh-huh.
And some dude starts swinging at him. Like randomly. And then dude,
goes after him?
Homie, that's Poirier's cousin.
So he fights?
I guess so, because it is the most impressive thing I've seen. It's
no way.
Dude is about like sucker punch.
Oh shit.
Hide. Like
whoa, that's a big guy. Oh
dude. How sick.
Oh
isn't that a great reaction?
Bro.
Dodged everything, then slipped, and then psh.
That's Dempsey versus Willard right there.
It was fire,
man.
Huh? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, dude. This guy's like 6-something. He's way bigger than Poirier's cousin.
I'll put it on the screen.
Look at whoop, whoop, bang, bang.
Just working pizza, dude.
And he hit him with a 1-2.
Pretty sick, huh?
He told him, stay there.
Yeah.
He said,
that's the best.
Dude, the worst has to be when you're knocked unconscious and the dude is so humble, he's just like, now stay there. like how emasculating does it feel to be dropped?
I have a problem where I feel like
I know it's
I don't know if
coming.
I should say this.
I know exactly
I know
what
I
you're gonna
shouldn't
say.
say this.
Say it, dude.
'Cause
Because this is, you know how many
this
guys
sounds-
are about to
this
relate
sounds
to you?
Diddy.
You know how many
This
guys
sounds
are
like
gonna
Diddy.
relate? Oh no, I don't know what. Then I don't know what you're saying.
No.
What were you gonna say?
Well, maybe I made it worse now. I just want to see what it's like to just get knocked out in a fight.
You want to see what it's
Like to do a spar or a bout
Yeah,
and like see who's the better man, right?
yeah.
But if you get knocked out, it's kind of like, I wonder what it'd feel like.
Like sleeping.
Yeah.
That's what it would feel
I've never
like.
passed out like that, so.
You never passed out.
Well, I guess I have, kind of.
You know when you stand up and your head, your
Have I
head's
ever
off?
told the story about the tub and I passed out?
No.
Oh, man. We got to talk about what were you saying?
No,
No, go ahead.
I said when you're lightheaded, when you get up real fast and you're like, oh.
That's literally what happened.
So go ahead, tell me the story about the tub, dude.
Your boy was in Japan
Yeah.
when I was studying abroad, right?
Uh-huh.
And I lived in like an old like town kind of home thing
Yeah.
where a bunch of people kind of split the money and live in a house, you know, instead of doing the dorms.
Yeah.
That were dumb. And I'm in this house and it has like, dude, in Japan, the tubs are like, they're not like in America. I don't know why they make it like this, the long tubs where like you're in a tub. That's why no one takes a bath in America.
Why?
Because you sit in it and half your body's out.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
dude.
So there's like, what's the point of doing this?
That's 100% true.
Right?
Yes. dude.
Over there, though, they have it like it's more of like a smaller rectangle and it's deep
Oh, that's
and it's heated.
great.
Heated. And you can press a button on the outside of the bathroom where it heats it up for you and fills it up with just a button and it keeps it at that temperature.
Fantastic.
So you're sitting there, you're cooking.
Yeah, bro.
And it's like a steel tub. You're cooking, you're just sitting there like, oh,
You're like
man, this is the
vegetables.
best.
You're like a cooked
It's the
carrot.
best. It was the best thing. And I did it like so many times, all the time,
Yeah.
because it just felt so good.
Yeah.
And you can relax and it's a separate like enclosed room with just a tub.
Yeah.
It's great. And I guess like one time I was just sitting too long, like listening to some music. And like I remember like I grabbed my phone and I go to get up and like with my hands and all I remember is being here. Like being halfway holding myself up and everything just giving way.
Dude.
And I woke up just in the water.
Bro, that's horrifying.
Yeah. It was
You could have
wild.
died.
I could have died. I could have hit my head.
Yeah. You could have drowned.
And the first thing I thought of when I woke up was my phone.
Oh, you thought it went in?
Yeah, it did go in.
Oh, it did?
I didn't have a phone
Damn.
for the last month
That's terrible.
in a country that I don't know how to speak or read well.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Dang, bro.
But yeah, it was weird. I guess it's the only time I ever felt like, wow, you know?
It's scary.
Yeah.
That's how
But
you
it felt good. No, I'm kidding.
it felt good, right?
No, it didn't.
When I tell you about the deli slicer, when I cut my
No.
finger,
No.
I cut my finger cleaning
Oh,
the deli slicer. I used to work
really?
in a deli, yeah.
What
So
finger?
my thumb. If you look, it's scarred on the top. It used to
Oh.
be flat and like it grows back the skin, but you always have like kind of this weird callus thing.
Oh.
But so I'm cleaning the slicer and someone's talking to me, and I'm like, the way you clean it is like you have a rag, and you kind of run it. You spray it down, and then you run the slicer with the guard off.
Yeah.
You got to take the guard off. So I'm cleaning it with the rag, and like I did it a million times. So I'm like, "Hey, what's up? Yeah, did you catch the Jets?" And I just heard whoop, and I was like, something bad just happened, and I was almost afraid to look down, but I looked down and I saw my thumb, but the tip of my thumb was, dude, flat, like to the nail, flat, like
Oh.
nothing, just and dude, it was white.
Oh, yeah. That's the tissue.
Like the skin was
That's the
white.
tissue, bro.
And I'm like, okay, it's okay. Everything's fine. Like, all right, I got a flat thumb now, but there's no blood, there's no gore.
That's when you know when there's no blood, you're like, oh, this is like a different level of cut.
bro. So I'm cool for like probably 8 seconds. I'm cool. And then I see like red starting to flow to the top, and then I see blood coming out. And it doesn't stop. And I grab my rag and I'm trying to hold it, and it's just pouring through the rag. And now I'm getting napkins pouring through and as that's
Did you
happening.
tell anyone?
So wait, I didn't say anything.
I
yet.
love.
I didn't say anything.
We're gonna come back to that.
yet.
We're gonna come back to
I didn't
that.
say anything yet. I'm trying to fix it myself because I want to fix it myself. It's not a big deal. Everything's gonna be fine. Flat thumb, but it's gonna be fine, dude. And I'm packing it, and it's going through. And as it's going through, I'm hearing people try to talk to me a little bit, but I'm kind of responding, but I'm also hearing them kind of like they're like checking in because I'm acting weird. They're like, "Oh, everything okay?" And I'm like, yeah, everything's fine, you know, like I'm just over here. And they're like, "Wait, Dave." And I'm like hearing the voices slow down. and
No,
I'm like,
really?
I'm like, "Wait, no, what's going on?" And I turn, and all I remember is I turned, and it was like my eyelids were closed. I was like, "What's up?" And I'm still like looking like this, but I'm seeing nothing. And all I can hear is, "Are you okay, bro?" dude. And apparently, I woke up in the kitchen on a bucket. Someone holding my hand like this, and like people like, "Call 911!" Like,
oh my God.
And the first thing I said was, "Are my teeth okay?" Because apparently, dude, I fell. And whoever this kid is, like, I wish I could meet him again. He saved my face. Because I went down, I banged my head like a little bit on the like counter, but then I went like face first to the floor, and the kid like saved me with his foot. He like kicked his foot out last second. Like,
damn, like you're catching a can.
Yeah, dude. He saved me from like smashing my face on the ground.
Oh no.
So whoever that kid is, man, I forgot your name, but I really appreciate you.
Oh.
Saved me some surgery.
Whoa. Was this the place where you met your wife?
Yeah.
Damn, was she there?
No, she wasn't there. She was in school, I think, at the time.
Damn.
But yeah, bro.
Damn.
I passed out.
We got to talk about hiding. Hiding when you do something.
When you do something bad?
That's the best. I think, where did you learn that from? Because I feel like that comes
yelling
from
at me when
me too,
I do
man.
something wrong. If I got into a car accident and it wasn't my fault, if it was
yes.
a spilled something, a fucking anything, I'd be like, I'd just be terrible.
Dude, me too.
Not that like he'd do something terrible, but I know he was gonna yell at me for something. And I was just like, you know what? I could fix this quick before anyone gets around and pretend like it's all good. You know? I hated nothing more than being like, I messed up, man. Me and Joe broke your windshield, Mom. Like,
yeah,
the kid threw a baseball. We were throwing the baseball back and forth. Yeah. And he broke my mom's windshield. And I remember like, fuck, like I gotta go tell my mom. Like, I'm like, can we hide it? We can't. Like,
it's fucking broken, man.
It's like it's shattered windshield. It's spidered everywhere.
Can we put a fucking plastic bag over it?
But that's what I would think first. I'm like, how can I fix this before I have to tell them? It was like the last resort, bro.
That is so real, man.
Why is that?
My favorite was from all that happening a bunch, but then like after getting that, I guess, habit of like hiding it, the worst was when your dad would be like working on something, or like he needs a tool.
Yeah,
and he's like, go get me the freaking 5/9 13th wrench.
And you don't know what it is.
And I go to the wrench box and I'm like,
and it looks like Braille.
And there's like, yeah, there's like numbers everywhere. I'm like looking at every single wrench. I'm like, oh no, it's taking too long. So now he's gonna be really pissed. I gotta find something. I'm trying to find the best possible thing.
One's metric, one's like American. I don't know what I'm looking for.
And you bring it back and you're like, this isn't it. But he's just like, what the fuck? So you waste all that time, you get the wrong thing, and then he's even more pissed.
Yeah, and then you feel like less of a son. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the best part. Then I feel like less of a man, a young man.
Or if you're like, oh, the worst, man. The worst feelings is probably when I'm doing something out with work or something, me and my brother, and one of us is like, I remember one time, man, we were doing oh man, it had something to do with like pulling straps to like hide something, to constrict something, or like strap something to hold like a tarp or something.
Yeah.
And I remember like the wood just broke that it was strapped on and just and smacked him in the head.
Your father?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I remember after that I was like, I feel like I just put my head out just to hit me or something. Even though my dad never hit me, but just to like for something, like just do your worst. It sounds bad,
do what you gotta do. That's so funny, bro. Yeah, it was like the scariest thing in the world was like fucking up. Yeah. But dude, how can you like they give you tasks sometimes and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing.
My dad would always say like, it's common sense, man.
Yeah. Oh, I hated that.
It's common sense.
Yeah, use your brain.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm stupid.
Yeah, bro. I remember that was the thing too. It was like, yeah, bro, like I felt dumb. I felt really dumb. Yeah. I was always like, and then afraid to say like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I didn't learn this yet, so I don't know. Or I didn't pay attention last time, so.
Yeah.
I forget what he would say. He would say like, it wasn't like lazy or lazy brain, but it was like, He's like, you just don't think, or something like that. And I remember being
You just don't care enough to think.
Yeah, something like that. I'd be like, dude, I'm trying here.
Yeah.
I'm using my brain. I'm trying.
You could teach me.
Yeah. You have a little
Then my dad's always the worst teacher too, so it doesn't work.
When it was like heightened, like the pressure was heightened.
Yeah.
I don't know if I did it to myself or it was like his emotion or my mom's emotion would like make it a heightened pressure.
It's a mixture. Yeah.
So I'd be nervous.
Yeah.
To like not get the right one. You know what I mean? Not get the right.
That's the worst
wrench.
feeling, dude.
Yeah.
I want to like be able to quell that
because I was nervous. Yeah. It was like sports, bro. I don't know if you, I mean, we talk about it a bunch, but I don't remember if you said like when I was in school and I was playing like basketball or soccer, I was so nervous for game day. I used to do so great in practice and a game day would come around and I'd fold. Like, I just have a panic attack in my own head.
Yeah.
And I would like miss the ball or like whiff it or something. I'd be like, damn it, dude. And then you get on top of yourself more. But as like an adult, I look back and I'm like, bro, if I had the confidence I have now in myself, then who knows? And it's cool that like some kids just have that.
Yeah.
I just never was that kid. I was always afraid.
Yeah.
I was always afraid to be the one to like miss.
Yeah.
Or like let everyone down. I always had like added pressure on myself for some reason. And it goes all the way back to like go grab the wrench and be like,
I think that stems from a lot, dude. 100%.
Yeah, bro.
That instills a lot at a young age.
Yeah, bro.
You know, when it's like moldable.
Yeah.
To like create like that happens to you 5 times, you're like, uh-oh. Every decision, if someone asks me for something and if I don't know what it is, then I'm gonna be like destroyed for it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I was just nervous to fuck up.
Yeah.
All the time. And it makes me think, dude, I think I was just a very scared kid always. Yeah. Like I had to like grow up and learn from failing and I was always afraid to fail. Like I wasn't put in a position where I could fail. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah. I think
I didn't know it was a healthy thing to fail or like mess up.
100%. I think I at an early age was able to make it it was forced because everyone just started saying like he always fucks something up. My parents used to call me golden hands because I would like pick something up and it just shatter into a million pieces.
It's a terrible nickname.
You know? Or I'd be on
terrible.
I remember there's so many parts in my life where it's just like I'm like, oh, look at that. And then like I go like that and my fingertip touches it and just it breaks.
Damn.
You know?
Yeah.
So then like they were just like, that's my personality.
Yeah.
It's part of it.
It's terrible.
Which sucks. But it at least made me be like, all right, I'm used to it. Being expected of just destroying, I guess, and failing.
Like the destroyer.
That I can kind of own it in a way.
Okay.
And flip it a little bit.
Right.
And to be able to do it better.
Right.
I think it helped me with like sports and stuff to be like, as long as I'm trying like super hard, you know, and if I fuck up, but if you keep going, that's what separates you.
Yeah.
You know? That's hard at a young age.
I never learned that.
Impossible.
Until like I was on my own. And then it was like, if I don't try something and fail at it, then like acting was like the first thing that was like, okay, the point is you have to fail a bunch. To get better at this thing.
And I think like you were saying with your acting stuff with at Playhouse, I always found it cool that it was like, you all just are in front of each other failing.
All the time.
You know?
Every day.
Like that's important, I think.
Yeah.
To learn something.
Yeah. There'd be moments of like brilliance, but in the midst of like you failing over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
And then someone would have a breakthrough and everyone would be like, the process works. Mm-hmm. And you kind of rally each other by like these little breakthroughs over and over and over, you know? But a ton of failure. But yeah, I just never felt like I could fail. I always felt like if I failed, the floor would just open up and I'd fall through it and then like be dead.
Yeah.
That's the way I like associated like how to live life when I was a kid or like a young man. Just like, don't ask the girl out because if she says no, you're dead.
Yeah.
Don't try to make, starter on the team because if you do, you might miss and you're dead.
Yeah.
You missed the winning goal, you're dead. Like that's what I associated my life with. It was such like walking a tightrope of like, don't lean too far this way or that way. If you just do the right thing a little bit here and there over and over and over, you might survive.
Yeah.
You might say, my goal was to survive. Isn't that crazy? It wasn't to like figure out like, man, what do I like? Like, what is, who am I? Like, what do I want to try really hard at? It was just like, just survive this.
Yeah. And I'm sure it was like, it comes from to teach, kids that is like, there's a lot of times where you're going to fuck up. Right. But you got to like keep trying to get through it, and you got to fix the fuck up, you know, or like do it, like not fuck up again, you know, like that be the learning lesson.
For sure.
And that's kind of like, I feel like taught very like harshly.
Yeah.
But it's like a tough thing to take as a kid.
Definitely.
Harshly. So I think like it's a good lesson, but I feel like I'm telling you, if you're just if I hope that, you know, with my kids and stuff, I can be the guy to like, while I'm fixing like some shit that I'm like kind of pissed and like life's on top of my head.
Yeah.
And I have all these real responsibilities. I hope that when I'm like, you know, doing in the midst of something like that, where that was done to me, that, you know, if I ask my kid to go get something and they bring me something wrong, I'd be like, you see, like this is why it's called this.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And like, you see, like, if you try to use the thing you gave me, and like I'm trying to do it, doesn't fit on there.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
So let me show you what you got to get.
Yeah.
These are the wrenches for this type of thing. You know?
Yeah.
And like that would like, I feel set up so much for a person.
For sure.
You know?
I think it goes even farther with like that specifically, bro, is I think I always felt I had a belief system. Now that I look back on it, I believed like that imposter syndrome thing. Like, I never felt comfortable in my own skin. Like I didn't know who I was. And it was from like just the survive thing. Like if everyone is cool, if I just don't fuck up, I'm going to survive this like whole whatever's around me. Like I'm going to get through, and then maybe down the road, like we could figure shit out. Yeah. But right now, I just got to survive. Yeah. And I always felt like I didn't know who I was, or like who Dave was, or what it meant to be me, or how people saw. I just didn't feel comfortable in my own skin ever. So it creates a young person who doesn't believe in themselves, and they don't believe they can make the right choice. So they don't make any choice, or they don't believe they're significant or special. So they don't try. They don't swing big. They don't step out on a ledge. They don't take a risk. And if you're not careful, that becomes a life of like no risk taking and not figuring out who you are, and like just being complacent, just surviving. You know what I mean? And like, I don't think life is meant to be survived. Yeah. It's meant to be lived. You know, if it's a gift to just survive, it would be to just set it next to you and just kind of sit in a room with it. Yeah. Just kind of make sure nothing bad happens to it. But to live life, it's like, well, you're going to take it and do what you want with it. You know, like take a risk, like step out and try something, you know, but find out who you are and be confident in who you are. But you get the confidence by trying and failing and learning about yourself. Like, I don't think you really know who you are till you fail. Yeah. And you start to like figure out like, oh, that's what it feels like to like get hit in the face. Now I know. Now I know how I respond to getting punched in the mouth. Or now I know how I respond to like taking out a loan and not being able to pay it, and like what kind of man I am now, you know, or I get everything I ever wanted, and how I treat my friends and my family. And now I know who I am, you know, but you don't know until you make a mistake. You don't live life until mistakes are had. You kind of have to like take risk, drop the ball, and pick yourself up again. Like, that teaches you about yourself, teaches you who you are, and then how you treat people, how you treat the people who you do take risk with, who you do fall in love with, and say like, I love you. You know, to say that is a risk. To open yourself up to another human, big risk. Yeah, that's exactly what it is by nature. Like, I'm gonna love you as long as you let me, and as long as you have me, knowing it does not last forever. You know, that's a risk, dude. It just is, and I'm glad I'm not just surviving and walking a tightrope anymore, but I think, my life had to change in a major way. I just was doing that my whole childhood. Just didn't know who I was. I felt like an imposter in every situation, every party, every friendship, every whatever, every team, every event, whatever. I was just like, cool, man. I'm Dave. Everything's cool. Like, you know, like, it's just a weird thing, but no one taught me to take risk. You're great as you are. Just like, who are you? Tell me about yourself. Like, no one was really checking in. So I don't know. I didn't know. You know, it's weird. And then I was lucky enough to find someone who loved me, and I was like, I don't even know who I am. Like, how do you know who I am? Like, and she found out quick. Like, that dude's scary. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. That was a lot of problems, bro. I don't tell people a lot about that, but like, beginning of the relationship, That was a bad time, like really bad, because I presented as like this guy's like, seems like he's got his life together. He seems like, and then like a couple months in, you're like, wait a second, like, why are you so angry? Like, why are you so scared of like these little things? Like, what's bothering you? I was such a kid. I was like, I was terrible. I was a weirdo. But through the act of her sticking around and seeing something in me and like trusting in me, and then being a place where I could go to say, I'm scared, I'm uncomfortable, I'm nervous, I'm anxious, like I'm worried. And for her not to run or not to say like, don't talk to me about that stuff, or like, this isn't the place for that. Like, she very early on was like, because she was doing her own shit too. She was going through her own stuff, and she very like accurately described to me what she's going through and tell me what she needs from me. Yeah. I didn't know what that was, to be like, hey, I need help with what I'm going through, or like, can I lean on you? Like, I didn't know what it was to lean on somebody. It made no sense to me. I was like, I'm perfect. Yeah. I'm good. Like, you're fucked up. I'm good. And it was such like a crazy lesson. Like, one, you're not good and you're never going to be just good. Yeah. There's never a point in your life where you're like, I'm good. There's points in your life where you're like, I feel really good today. And then like something's going to happen in the day where you're going to be like, oh, I felt a little twinge of jealousy or anxiety or whatever. Like, that's real. You could stuff it, but that's real. Yeah. I didn't know how to communicate that to anyone. And I was afraid to. Yeah. I thought they'd run. The girl that I didn't ask out in high school, I was like, she'd run if she thought there was an issue on this. Mm. You know what I'm saying? If I wasn't the perfect young man, like, I was fucked. Yeah. But then you learn as you grow, and like, hopefully someone gives you like a vulnerable, real home that says like, that is a person that's moving through life as you are, and is like, you can come to me with all of it, and like, trust me, I'm not going to run. You can talk to me about all of it. I'm not going anywhere. You can give me a look and I'll understand, but I'm not going to run away from you. And that was like, she was like the door to finding out who I was, and the door to like the risk thing and the live thing as opposed to the survive thing. Yeah. Without her, I'd be in a room, like just doing the same shit I was doing as a kid. I would have figured out a way to like set life up in a way where like no one really knew who I was, and I was just like close to the vest, and like people be like, Dave's cool. Yeah. That's it.
It's funny that you see a lot of people that, we all know people that probably have an issue that like just hasn't been resolved their whole lives. Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's the base of a lot of things.
Yeah, bro. It really is, man.
Which is wild to think, like something can affect you your whole life.
Yeah.
Change, like make who you are for the rest of your life, and it control you.
Yeah.
Before I forget, I have two things I have to get through.
Oh, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
I wanted to go back to, no, you're good, man. This is beautiful talks. I love having these talks with you. Me too, man. I want to go back to the teaching thing. It's like, it made me think of like, there's kind of like two layers of like your dad asking you for a wrench and you don't know what it is. It's like, if he, like what I said about him being like to tell you, like teach you more than just go get me that. It's like, that's teaching you to like obey.
Right.
Like, go get me this. Right.
Yeah.
But if you explain the thing, that's teaching you about like more.
Why?
Right. Yeah. It's like, why? And like, what is this thing? And that can like set you up for, stuff about the world.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But it's just a little extra thing.
Yeah, dude.
And I feel like for a lot of those interactions, it gets cut off at that first level of like, obey. And I feel like that's where a lot of negativity comes.
For sure.
With like relationships over time with family, like crumbling, I feel like, I don't know, man. I know so many people that are just, there's no relationship with their family, Yeah. And like, they don't care. They're like, it's better if they're gone in a way, I feel like it's just all just communication, right?
I think it's like that kind of thing. That. Yeah, dude.
So I don't know. It's just good learning shit, I guess, for our future.
Yeah.
To try to, I'm sure we're going to make mistakes, but hopefully, do better.
Yeah. Your kids are going to see this and be like, Dad was trying to like do a better job of being a head of a family than he saw, even though his parents are great and they did a great job.
Yeah.
He's trying to investigate the things that bothered him, and he's really tried with us to make us feel like not only welcomed but accepted and like loved unconditionally, and like have a home with him. Yeah. So that's cool. Like they'll be able to listen to this one day and know that you really care, regardless of like how things pan out. Like we can't tell how any of it pans out, but yeah, I find it really interesting, bro. Like those little things, like they're little, right? Like we look back and like, oh, it's a little conversation, this and that. But those little miscommunications or like communications not had, they like almost plant those seeds.
Yeah, exactly.
And like over the
seeds
years
of resentment.
Right. And they grow and they grow. And if you're not careful, it's like, I never want to talk to my mother again because she said this to me all my life or never acknowledged me the way I wanted or whatever. It's just nuts. Like we're probably all going to do that without knowing it. And if you don't express it to the people who made you, it's like, then you're just allowing the seeds to be watered and nurtured and the resentment to grow, you know?
Yeah.
So we gotta tell them how we feel if we want that relationship.
Exactly. Yeah.
And how they respond is how they respond. But
100%.
You stop watering that resentment at least. You know, you start to forgive.
I want to say too, I think it's good to like learn about wrenches. Learn how things are made. You know? I feel like if we all knew that, way more people would getting like less scammed on like getting your like dryer, you know, vent fixed, like your plumbing fixed. Like, dude, you can learn so much. Just learning how like a wall is built. Yeah. You know, there's so much good, like, I don't know. I want to like, I don't know. I feel like I'm just like making a book of like what I want to, how I want to parent.
Oh, yeah.
You know, of like just teaching as many things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, dude.
And the third thing about relationship stuff, I heard something really good just from like a random short of this guy. I love this guy. It's like this dude that he does like kind of, I guess, charity work for like his community, where he just goes to like, he does a kind of like landscaping and yard jobs. He like builds fences for people that like can't do it or can't afford it. Wow. And he loves doing it. He's like, oh, I just love doing it, so I'm just gonna do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he always has like cool, like, I don't know, it pops up every once in a while. And the recent one he did was with his wife, and like his wife like built stuff with him. They're like, this is like our favorite thing to do. Like on a weekend is like, we just like figure out something to build and we do it together. Wow. And it's fun because we could do it together. Yeah. And he said like the key to like, I think the key to our relationship is like, we always put each other first because that's the order it is. You know, that's the order of things. Yeah. Like, I feel like that's such a, I don't know, perfect way I feel about things is like, the strongest thing is like, if you put each other first all the time, it's like, no one's ever going to be like, you're always lifting each other up when you're down, you know? I feel like that's an important aspect of relationships.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
I wanted to ask you that today. It's so weird.
Really?
So I was listening to someone and it just came to my mind, like, what in like today, this moment of your life, like, what moves you most to continue living? You know? Because it changes day to day, I feel like, or week to week. Yeah. Like it can change, or you can, I don't know, or you can just fall into something where this is the thing that wakes you up and keeps you going. Yeah. But I was curious for you, like what motivates you to live right now?
I think it's definitely, you know, the relationship I have now and like wanting to grow it and, you know, like put the care into it that like, so it can grow into something like even more beautiful every day, you know, forever. And that's a big motivator, you know. I think like, I feel like it's so easy for me to just like, I think that's why I needed to be alone for a long time to like figure out like without a person, like, what are you doing, dude? Yeah. You know, like what do you got going on? Like, what do you think, like, why do you think, you know, maybe you deserve like that thing or what can you know, change because things aren't working. Right. You know, or
what do you think held you back? from that thing? Like, I'm guessing you mean like a loving partner and like a family one day.
I mean,
is that what you mean when you say that?
kinda, but that's more just like questions I would ask myself.
Got you.
To like try and. I mean, I feel like even, you know, for a long time, like I could be a great partner. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I think maybe the time. Obviously, there was time in between, so
Yeah.
it's like there's not really any like right answer for me to think of, like, you know, what did I get out of it all?
Yeah,
you know, other than just like, I think, I don't know, just finding peace in like the solitude, I guess, in a way, and like it not being a thing I have to hang on to.
Yeah.
You know, to be able to get by.
Right on.
Because, you know, before that, I was in like relationship after relationship after relationship, and there's no break.
Mikey
you know?
Ships.
Yeah,
that's what they called you.
Hopping ships. You boys hop.
Mikey hop ships.
You boys hop ships. But
just kidding.
Yeah, not really.
Not really.
But, you know, I think it's different to, as you grow into an adult, to be able to be okay with yourself. You know. I don't know.
Yeah.
In a way.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
And this I'll share, but I think it's safe to share. I don't think you're going to be upset. And if you are, we'll cut it. So I think from knowing you for this long, and one thing you said while you were going through all that stuff that you had found to me that I never forgot was, because I think you found something true about yourself that you were like, this is what I want to work on. And the next thing, you mentioned that to me. And it was that you were so geared for naturally, like the way you are in a relationship, you're just naturally geared to throw yourself at the feet of the person you love and say, what do you need? How can I help you?
Yeah.
And so you did that. Like in your relationships, you were very quick to help them in any capacity they needed, and whatever they wanted, like you would accommodate it, and things that you didn't even know if they wanted for sure, you would try to accommodate, and like you would go out of your way to make them feel loved and appreciated and like seen by you. And that wasn't received all the time. Yeah. And I think through that process, you had mentioned like, the next time I get into something serious, I'm going to be on the lookout for like me throwing myself to like the whim of the other person, saying like, what do you need? How can I help you? And instead being there in a healthy way, but also saying, hey, hi, I'm Mike. And also I'm struggling with this. And so it's like a give and take instead of just like here's all of me, take everything you need. Now it's here's all of me. I need this from you as well. Are you willing to meet me there? And I think that in this thing, like whether you know it or not, I think that's the shift you made. Because you guys talk a bunch, and you've mentioned like, you know, you don't talk about what you talk about, but you shared like, she knows who I am and she accepts me, and like I'm able to be myself. Like you keep saying that, and I'm like, that's like a first for me watching you in a relationship. This is a first as your friend.
That's well said, man. I still feel though that, you know what it is? I feel like I still feel like I have that like throw yourself a little bit more reserved and a little bit more like able to speak up on being like, hey, like you're doing this, and I'm, you know, right. I'm able to do that.
Or knowing you have a limit. Maybe that's the thing now. It's like, I can only serve you as much as like my cup is full. If my cup is empty, I can't serve you. Yeah. So it's a beautiful thing. It's sacrificial. Like it's a great quality about you. Don't change it. Yeah. I think and I'll shut up, but you just seem to speak more about how you feel.
Yes. I think that's where I'm trying to go. It's like, I think there's a, like whether the more, even if like, I feel like my cup is endless in a way, not to sound corny or whatever, but I feel like sometimes through the past relationships and stuff, even if I am endless, it doesn't mean there's a cup to carry all that. Right. Or to accept all that.
True.
And that's totally fine. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think maybe in the past, my like problems were like that not being accepted, or that being kind of thrown in my eyes is me kind of like passing judgment about that.
Fair.
You know?
Yeah.
Like or me taking that personally as like oh, I don't love you, or oh, I don't care.
Fair.
You know?
Yes.
And I think that's and it's kind of like a miscommunication type of thing where, you know, I think if I just do, you know, and show, don't say, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That it's good. It's the best way, you know, but people are different, you know? And if I am this like, I'll give whatever, it's like, well, why don't I learn about that person and be like, maybe that's not how they accept things.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right.
So it's a little bit of like fixing the way of looking at relationships. You know?
You're adjusting the way you communicate in a relationship. And
I can learn about that person and figure out all the stuff I can do.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also easier for you to do and not say instead of talk about it.
Yeah.
But now you're like, I'm going to do the harder thing for myself.
Talking's probably the harder part.
But it is for a lot of us, man. That was the shit I was talking about in the beginning of my relationship it was all based on talking. And it was like, I'll listen to you talk about everything that's bothering you and I'll try to fix all of it.
Yeah.
You will not hear one thing about what's wrong with me.
Yeah.
Because of all the shit I talked about before.
Yeah.
And then when something is wrong with me, you'll find out because I explode or I run away.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, why are you not texting me the same way? Or why'd you just explode on a phone call? Or like, what was that? Yeah. It's scary. Well, because I don't know how to talk. I don't know how to in a healthy way speak to you about feelings, mine. I have no idea. I'm a child in that arena. How can you have a healthy relationship if you don't know how to talk to each other? Like if you can't say like the littlest of things, like I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. Like you think you could like help me with the chores today or something? Oh yeah, sure. I didn't even know. Yeah. And then you're like, whoa, she didn't run. Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah. Everything's okay. Yeah. You know?
I had like one bad day, I don't know, in the past, like a really bad day where I was like, I'm just so angry and like not feeling good. And I was in it. And like normally, like back in the day, like when I was younger, I'd just be there and be like, okay, I'm just gonna push this down and like, you know, act all stuff it, you know, and be like, oh, whatever. But then like I remember I was driving and like I wasn't saying anything. I'm just sitting there like steaming, pissed, and just like over the day. Yeah. And I can tell I'm like, what am I doing? Like, at least say something, you know, just to make it like I'm not putting this on her. And I just said it, and I'm like, wow, that was great. It's so good, man. Amazing. It was great. I felt better.
I know.
The day felt better.
I know, it changes.
Even like it wasn't perfect, but like at least like she's good, I'm good. There's no issue. Like it's not about me I'm not mad at anyone else but the day. Yeah. You know, and it could be, and it's okay, like if it's just literally like I'm just pissed for no reason. Yeah. I don't need to go past that. She's like, all right, you're good. Like,
yeah.
You know?
For sure.
Yeah.
Can I ask, what would you tell someone who is either afraid to talk to the person they love while they're in a relationship? Like we're kind of talking about it now, but like what's one thing you'd say to them? And then also someone who is interested in somebody else that isn't saying anything about it and wants to.
Oh man, that's so hard.
Because relationships are great, dude. Like
they are.
Everyone deserves to feel loved, man.
Yeah. Someone that's not saying it. It's so hard, dude, because I don't know. I feel like I was one to like we're both saying is like they're gonna run away, you know? But if you're truly like unhappy and you think if you have an inkling of like this could be like the reason why, or if the word communication and you match that up with your relationship or your situation, you're like, yeah, it's probably not working that great, then it probably is the problem. So I would like just be like, maybe like think of a way in the easiest way to say something to them, like sit down after like, you know, sit down after like a day, you like try to do as much as you can, like for like kind of for her or for them, and to see if like things are cool. But if you're both feeling like tension, to just bring it up out of the blue. Yeah. Because there's no point in like wasting more time, especially if something's like really bad, you know, or if it's like something that's just bothering you. Both sides should not bottle up at all, ever. Like bottling is the the worst thing you can do in every situation. And that comes from a certified bottler.
Certified bottler.
I have a soda company, dude. I've been bottling.
You work at
forever.
Boiling Soda. You've been bottling up.
That's good, man. Boiling soda, man. That's actually really good.
Thanks, dude.
Shit, you're a rapper, man.
Thanks, bro. How about someone who is in love and they're afraid to express it? They don't know how to. They don't know how to communicate it.
I have, honestly, dude. I'm pretty dead set on this mindset.
Okay.
With relationships. I think I'm not one to like chase down and like try to make someone love me or make someone feel something. Because I don't think it's like true in a sense. Like, because it's almost like a lopsided like
can be
thing.
Yeah.
You know? Well, I mean, you could make someone fall in love with you, you know what I mean? Like that could happen. But I feel like you kind of know if you have a relationship going on. Like if you get along great, if you both smile, if you feel the feels of when you talk and like you get the gigglies and you both feel it. It's like an exchange that you know. You know when it's happening.
Yeah.
And you know when it's not happening.
Yeah, fair.
Right?
Fair.
And if you really love someone so much, I would say if you love someone so much and you're like not that close with them or you don't know them that well, I would go for like just an initiation of like an ask out type of thing.
Fair.
Like a calm kind of like, that's a lot of courage you gotta have. I'm not the greatest at that and I never really did that much because that's just, I don't know. I'm more of like you learn about each other and you try it out. I guess like, I don't know. I guess with my girlfriend, we kind of like got set up in a way.
Yeah, you did.
And it kind of did happen. And it just worked out great after a reach out. Man, it's hard. This is why I don't think I have any advice. It's just,
I got some advice.
I waited forever. And it finally came around.
Fair.
And I think there's someone for everyone. And that's just how it is.
That's fair, bro.
But if you love someone and you don't know each other that well, I think it's fair to be like, hey, I think you're cool. Like, let's go out and, let's go grab dinner or something.
Yeah.
And like try to become that, And if not, and if like you're friends and like you feel those things, I would just drop it. If you have any inkling of like they might be into it, I would drop it.
Yeah. Okay.
If they call you you're such a good friend, then don't then run and get out of there.
And run. I got this. If you feel it at all, say it.
Yeah.
And say it exactly how you want to say it.
Yeah.
Don't hold back.
Girls love when you're direct.
Because, well, it's almost like a risk thing. It's like if you don't say it, you never know. And you hold on to that for however long until you let go of it or die.
Yeah.
And if it's registered as like a yes, like I feel the same, then great. Look at you, buddy. You're in a relationship now. You got the thing you wanted. And you're gonna learn a lot. And you're gonna be in a beautiful thing or a terrible whatever, but you're gonna know. And if you don't, I think if you do it and the person says, I don't feel the same way, well, now you know.
Yeah.
Now you can start to grow out of it.
Yeah.
You can move to a new thing that's going to be for you instead of the thing that's not for you.
And you never know if someone, especially if like you ask someone and they're like, oh, like, no,
that's what I'm saying.
And
they might come back around.
And then you're like, oh, like, cool. Like, all right, fine.
All good.
That's all good with me. Like,
yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
That person will probably come back.
Yeah.
There's a 50% chance.
And for sure, it's going to hurt. Like, if you feel a certain way about somebody, it hurts.
Just don't show them.
Don't show them that you feel anything. Like, hide it, stuff it, and just bury it. And just act normal.
Just smile and be like, that's all cool, no problem. And then when you get to your car to drive away, you cry.
Then you like lay on the steering wheel, really scream one good time, Crank the heat as high as it goes and just scream. Yeah, dude. I got one at the beep for you. Shout out to at the beep TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think these are great. Well, I want you to respond to this one. I don't know what it is, but let's hear it.
Is it a fun one, man?
I don't know. I mean, these are
dark.
Hey, T, it's been a while. A couple days ago marked 7 years. Since we split.
years.
7 years. That's a long time. It's been 7 years I've never stopped thinking. And I don't know if you even remember or even think about it anymore. I think about the time we had. I can never stop.
Obsessed, man.
I don't think I ever got closure, I guess.
No closure.
And
dude, that's scary.
I looked at the date, and again, see, 7 years. That's gone so fast, and I know you've seen a few other guys since then, and I had a girl, but
You had it.
you know,
Fake.
A lie.
Lied?
sometimes I curse you because
That's the realest shit.
you really raise the bar.
You raised the bar.
Oh, man.
Really high.
Set it really high.
He's really performing it. I like it.
I got you under here, but I nearly forgot what your voice sounded like.
Oh.
I used to love you laugh.
Hey, man.
I used to know how to make you laugh, and now I don't know if I can do that with anybody else. So, hope you're doing well. I know everything will be fine for you. You take care.
Guy after one date.
Bro.
Guy after one date.
No. Can you imagine? That dude went on one date and she was like, thanks, no,
It's been 7 years.
I still look at the date. And he's like, the one date you mean that you guys had?
Never got closure.
That's terrifying. I hope that's not the case. Dude, that's so scary. That's scary, man. Yeah, that's scary, dude.
I will say 7 years is a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a long time.
It's a lot to be missing somebody.
Now, man, I wish... This is the worst. Is like when you don't have all the context and all the whole thing.
Yeah, we're getting a piece.
It's like, man, that could be either like the sweetest thing or the creepiest thing.
Yeah, I went to, they were in something legit.
Yeah.
And they split up for, maybe they had to move for work or something, you know? And one wanted to stay and one wanted to go, and that was the choice they made. Or something like that. Something stupid.
Then why wouldn't they have closure?
Or maybe one cheated.
Yeah.
Or
Well, then that's simple.
But when you love someone
That's what I'm saying. Like,
don't love you back?
I feel like there's something...
Yeah.
It's a little simple. It's
Could be, it could be.
I feel like I don't know.
What do you think?
I just think it's like...
What would you say to him?
7 years is
Long time,
crazy.
Yeah.
It's a lot, man.
But what if your heart is like, that's what I wanted? Like, I didn't know it was her until I left her, and now I know it's her, man. Like, I love... Like,
I would say to you, dude.
If I was telling you that, like, dude,
Sometimes...
she's with other people. She left me, but she's with other people now.
He said, I know you're 3 other dudes.
Yeah.
Hey, that's weird.
No.
Come on, man.
And also, I've had one, and it's not the same.
No, you didn't. We know you didn't.
Like,
we know you haven't.
Hey, man, give him the best.
The lot lizard doesn't count.
Dude.
He was in his truck, dude.
This poor guy.
You heard that? He was in his fucking truck.
Dude, he's lonely, man. Like, dude, don't laugh in his face. If it was me, bro, and I'm like, dude,
I'm sorry, man.
but I
It's just
love
set
her.
up.
Mike, I can't.
And he was performing a little bit.
I think about her all
He said,
the time.
"You had 3 guys? Come on. That's wild. That's a performance.
Dude, it's not. Maybe he really pays attention. He's
Don't pay
obsessed
attention,
with her,
man.
bro. He's
7 years is a lot, man.
That's
I
what you would
can't
tell him?
condone.
That's what you tell
I
him?
can't condone or try to help.
You tell me that
7 years.
You'd say to me, you'd say, Dave,
Obsession.
stop.
Yeah.
You tell me that?
After 7 years, I'd say, dude, you have to stop, man.
Fuck.
I would say that. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Dude, that's almost a decade.
Yeah.
We can't be doing that.
But what if I'm like, dude, I'm losing.
She's so good, man.
I'm losing her.
She cheated on me and she's gone.
What if she didn't cheat? What if I broke up with her? I made a total mistake.
Even
I'm an
like
asshole.
if she broke up with me and didn't give me closure, I'd be like, hey, dude, chill. You know?
Yeah.
She's not that great. You know? I don't think there's anything worth wasting 7 years of your life thinking about something after it not happening.
Thinking of what could have been.
Yeah.
Or what could be.
I'll give you the max. I'll give you 2 years.
That's like past lives. That's like that creepy motherfucker coming around after 20 years or whatever, being like,
Yeah, but he was handsome, man.
yeah.
Hey, dude.
No, I just said,
Hey, bro.
what I did.
What was
Dude, what I
that?
do? I said hello. I said hello, dude. What did I say? Dude,
You're right, man. You're right, dude.
that's all I said. And I'm sick, man. My voice is all shot. Here's the thing, man.
That might have been the funniest thing you've ever done on the podcast.
No. So,
Holy
guys,
shit.
tickets are on sale
Holy
right now,
fuck.
man. Like and subscribe to the podcast, by the way, because Mikey's killing it. patreon.com/youareherepod if you want to contribute to the pod. We appreciate it. And the tickets are on sale right now, guys.
We're packing the house.
We're packing the house. Let's pack this house in Jersey, man. Let's represent. Let's show Texas. Let's show Arkansas. Let's show LA.
If you're still
Who we are.
If you're still sending voicemails after 7 years, I'm sorry. I gotta call it out.
Okay.
That's too much. 7 years, man.
Yeah.
Imagine you're sitting there
Yeah.
and you're on your Instagram. You see her the day before. She's on her fourth different guy.
Oh,
The next day, you're like, man, I'm really thinking about her.
damn it.
Really thinking about her. Let me try to call her. It's like, come on,
You're
man.
so mean,
We
bro.
can't do that. That's too much, man. I'm not. I feel like at that point, you got to be mean.
Yeah.
You have to be mean to that.
You got to shock them.
I think you do because
Yeah.
you don't have enough good friends then
Right.
to like be like, hey, dude, like this isn't good.
Right.
That's an obsession.
Yeah. Fair. Fair.
When he's at home, he's like, she'll come back.
Yeah, man. Like one day, like
One of these voicemails will hit.
these voices.
He's got a couple.
She'll
voicemails.
hear it. She'll hear it. That's his hope. She'll hear this. He probably can't even reach her. He's probably blocked.
100%.
Yeah.
100%, man.
But Mike, I love her, man.
Fuck. 7 years.
But Mike, I love her. She's gonna come back one day.
Damn.
She's gonna come back one day.
She's not gonna come back. She's gone. Fourth guy's coming in.
What if I show him and I say hello? Hello. How do I say?
It's not what you did.
How did I do?
Oh, you did it all. Your podcast, episode 329,
Yeah.
330.
Maybe 3:30.
Thank you guys so much. I love you. My name is Mike. I'm signing out.
My name's Dave. I love y'all. Please be kind to yourself. Please be kind to one another.